Alright, howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and we are immediately dropping frames according to this, but I think it's just a little shocked by the sudden change from a solid black screen to what you're seeing now on your screen. So is the audio working? Yes, it is. Okay, good. Sounds fantastic. Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? Happy Wednesday evening, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to sit down and record a little bit more of the Final Fantasy XVI Let's Play, because I didn't want to go a whole week between recording sessions, which is sort of what's been happening with this game. I want to stay somewhat sharp with the controls and whatnot, so I thought maybe we ought to hop in there midweek, and so that's what we're doing. Excuse me. Feeling a little bit belchy, feeling a little bit burpy, but I wanted to play a little bit of this because I've been really enjoying this game, and I've almost edited all of the videos from the last time, so I think there's one more to go. And I've already got videos ready to go out in August for this game, and I thought that's fun. We might kind of continue to focus on this a little bit more and try to get it finished up, and then from there go back to something else, right? Because I've got way too much ongoing, and I want to finish some of the ongoing stuff. So this game, because it's still fresh, I feel like maybe prioritizing finishing that's important, and then also Xenoblade 3. So those are sort of my main focuses for things to finish. And then Tekken's finishing as well, but only kinda. And if you watched the most recent podcast about that, you'll know what I mean. But I digress. I'm going off on a tangent. I'm gonna hit the record button. There we go. I'm going to sit up straight in my chair. I've got my R2-D2 shirt on. So, beep, beep, boop, boop, bop, bop, you know? Famous thing R2 says. And let's get into it. I am a little bit worried because I'm a bit late, but I think I can do this. I think I got the energy for this. If anything, I was real tired the last time I recorded this. So going from last episode to this episode should be like a very fluid experience. Like very little unchanged. So... Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and in the distance here, you can see this beautiful spire. I assume that's a mother crystal, and that's the Imperial capital. We've seen that before in a somewhere else flash, not forward or backwards, maybe a flash to the side, but we are back here in this lovely little village where last time we wrapped up doing a series of side quests, and now we're going to focus in on the Dame, investigate Tatiane's whereabouts, and we have to do that so that we can aid Isabel in finding Tatiane. We have to do that so that we can progress the plot of the main game, and words are a challenge sometimes, so you just gotta take things easy.
You wear the Dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatiane.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the Dame.
It's a very odd thing to be
fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her.
Okay, so it wasn't like... I get it, never mind.
And she looked upon the Dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatiane shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you.
What I was originally going to say was that being upset about a comb seems a little bit silly, but then she established that it's more of an emotional connection to the comb, less so that the comb itself is of great value or importance, more so... There's always weird stuff in my mouth. Every time I do that, people are like, why are you spitting? I'm not spitting. I'm trying to get, like, hair... Like, there's not saliva going everywhere. It's like a spurt of air in an attempt to eject what feels like a piece of hair or something, which happens a lot when you have a mustache that won't stay out of your face. But I digress. That has nothing to do with this, does it? I'm sorry.
The new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatiane. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She didn't mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatiane, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something, but the Dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
Okay. We hope that she's well.
Man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
And we've been to the barracks before, and we fought a lot of men from the garrison. Well, we fought a couple of them in this fun little... I mean, we really hoped it would end up being a sort of series of challenges, but it was just the two of them, and we whooped them pretty badly. One at a time, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a couple of days. I'll tell you this, I certainly hope that when we find her, she is well, and also that the man is very fat, has a beard, and a fedora. That's what I'm looking for, based on the description.
Fell favorably.
Is this the guy?
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the Dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick.
Yannick!
Around lately, though.
On account of him being in Moor. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The Dame thanks you.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
That's pretty convenient, isn't it? Because isn't that the way that we're heading? So that's just sort of working out. But also, that's a little bit on the sus side, right? Dude immediately leaves town. I've watched a few cold case files. I've seen a few mysteries in my time.
That remains to be seen.
I think I know where this is going, and I don't think we're going to like it.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor, more than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
She's like, no, that's what I want you to do. I'm just not sure if it's a good idea. If you wouldn't mind going and doing it anyway, though, that would be fantastic. Also, I'm sorry, did you just come up and say that there's a new quest nearby? Oh, cool. So it's added a couple more up here. Well, it's added a couple more and more, as they might say.
How did one of them get on this side of it?
Anyway, I keep hitting every button you could possibly imagine to start sprinting, and that's not how this game works. You just gotta run until the game decides you're gonna sprint. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Reese...
How many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
It's a good question. You're thinking, aren't you gonna go run around in those beautiful fields and fight all those chocobos? Not right now. Not right now, because I'm assuming that once we talk to the Bertrand and more, not the Bertrand, but, well, I mean, he could be the only one. I don't know. It depends on how popular that name is. Maybe I'll double back and clear out these fields. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But right now I'm feeling like we should probably just focus on the quest. Because I've been editing these videos, and I spend an awful lot of time just not doing the quest and running around in fields and fighting crabs and things. And I realize that if I keep that up, we're never going to finish this game. At some point, you just got to focus on the task at hand and do the side quests and deal with all the granaries later. And we will do the side quests and deal with all the granaries later.
As intolerant as Isabel says. It's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Interesting. Well, let's see if they'll be kind enough to trade with us.
Don't touch anything.
Okay, I mean, that's a little bit rude, but not the worst, right? I mean, he's at least letting us... Oh, look at that. The breath of fire. Man, these heat waves are... Well, you get the idea. Oh, yeah, good, good. Another way overly expensive orchestrion roll. And then we're actually
Thanks
stocked
for
up on
nothing.
supplies. So I think, well, hey, you know what? I don't need that attitude from you. I'm not going to buy something I don't need.
Branded until the new moon.
You
don't think he's a deserter, do you?
Excuse me, are you talking about me? I couldn't help but notice you started talking about... Yeah, I am actually... I am actually a deserter, yes, as a matter of fact. Who am I looking for around here? Someone over here at the stables in this general area? This could be the guy. Is this the stables? Isn't that what they said, or did I completely imaginate that? Did I completely fabricate that in my own mind? We do have some black blood. That's great. Really needed that. I'm sorry, so do I just need to wander around until I happen upon the right person? Is that the idea? This must be one of those, like, inspection areas where you just gotta poke around and ask all the right questions to all the right people. Never mind, I've actually found them right here where the horses are in the stables, exactly where we told they would be. And the name is Bertrand, so I'm pretty sure we're in the right place.
The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarrelling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a Branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
This dame carries a lot of weight around here. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, my goodness, everyone seems to know who she is. Everyone knows who she is, if you know what I mean. This must be the guy. Hi there, buddy.
What's this? A Branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant.
Figures.
What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Amazing how they just, like, change their tone as soon as they find out I'm with the... Okay, so... Listen, he has the comb. A little bit sus. Is in a bad mood, ill-tempered. Bought a new comb for some reason, even though he had the old one. I'm not really sure what it is he's up to. I'm not really sure what to expect when we get up here. Other than wolves. I do see wolves. Ooh. Did he get eaten? Oh, dear.
Wolves.
Yeah.
We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Oh, great. Got them both. Okay, I mean, are we ever going to find out... Like, was she taken? Did she choose to leave? What's the story here? Also, as cool as that ability is, this one's the better one. I think we can all agree on that. This one is the way better one. And I mean, yeah, you kind of gotta, you gotta do a little bit of a trick here to make sure you catch them all. Come on up here. Is that Torgal over there? He's not one of the, yeah, okay, that's our wolf right there. All right, now we just wait, Torgal. Now we just wait, and then we go at him with the claws. I've yet to do, I think, a basic attack. And we're not going to. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful series of events. Very expensive, though. If we had to fight something else immediately, we'd be waiting on everything to reload. But we're not. It's okay. So let's see if we can do some detecting here and figure out what happened.
Bodies. A man and a woman.
Inspect body. Do you think they ran off together? I would like that to be the case, but I don't feel like that's going to be what the story is here.
Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry. So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to see every night. You said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's going to find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
I appreciate that everyone came along the trail here, so I don't have to go all the way back in order to deliver all the news. That's actually very handy.
I need to tell Isabel.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to explain this to her.
Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Here's how I'm kind of feeling about the whole thing, right? I choose to believe that he didn't kidnap her, that she came along with him willingly. Maybe she wouldn't have gone along with the marriage proposal. Maybe she would have. Maybe what we've got here is a real tragic tale, Romeo and Juliet style, but with wolves. Romeo and Juliet with wolves. My favorite Broadway show. It's furries.
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then?
Yeah.
I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Could we choose not to give someone something? I've never tried. I always just hit X to select the item.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
That got shockingly just dour as it progressed. It seemed like it was going to be like, let's go find the lass. Oh, she's been kidnapped. Oh, no, she's dead.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks.
It's just like a coupon
the
book.
Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Or to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Well, we do know, because of that conversation we overheard, in the flash, not back or forward, but slightly to the side, that they are getting ready to invade a neighboring kingdom, country, empire, land, owing to the fact that they need more territory to do farming. Is that another Mother Crystal over there? Is that the Duchy? Could I theoretically run to the Duchy from here? That's something I've been trying to figure out, because if you have a look at the local map, it keeps expanding, and granted, the Royal Meadows, this is as far in this direction as we're going to be going, but as you can see, the next region we're going to is a new region, and it's still on this same map, and we can actually run all the way back to Lostwing from here. We can go all the way back here to the Orebel Downs, and I reckon if we ran across this blue line, actually that would probably just take us back to the overworld. But it'd be interesting if this kept developing such that eventually the whole map connected together. That would be great. I would forgive a lot of the fact that this game is mostly hallways if it connected in that sort of a way. But I have a feeling it's not going to. If you have a look at the broader map, I think what we're actually getting is sort of everything within the chained area is connected. So obviously we've not been down here yet. And there's all of this across the sea to go and explore. But I'm guessing that's how it works. Because I think if we started here at 3 reads, yeah, we could also run this full length and end up over here, which is kind of cool in its own way. It'd be great if it looped back to here. I'm assuming we've got to go back here someday and reclaim the whole of the duchy, right? Eventually, maybe? I don't actually know. So here's the real question. Do we want to engage with side quests now, or continue with the main story and double back later? I kind of don't want to leave anything left undone, so I think I'll take a moment to go ahead and engage with this individual. Lisette, how are you doing? Oh, you're like a little lass.
Have you seen my Chloe? I let her out of her pen while I did my chores, but she hasn't come back yet.
Oh no!
She's lost. Please, can you help me look for her?
What is this, Chloe? Is this like a dog? Is this a cat? Is this your little sister? Why do you keep your little sister in a pen? I need answers that you're not giving me right now, Chloe.
I'll try. Describe her to me.
She's beautiful white hair. She lets me stroke her when I'm sad. She's ever such a good girl. So quiet and kind.
It's gotta be a cat.
And she likes walking in the wheat. I know the fields are big, but she's never got lost before.
You know, there's wolves wandering around like 100 yards outside of town.
She hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. It is my job to feed her.
This is like stellar VA.
Let's not keep her waiting.
I like that Clive's not even questioning it. He's not like, you want me to go find an animal? He's like, let's do this. Let's get it done.
It's a field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her.
I love that he's just willing to participate in this sort of nonsense. Just like without a second thought.
You work these fields? I need to ask you something.
A branded. And an outsider at that, judging by the lack of manners. Why should I help you, eh? You tell me that.
Because a girl from the village asked me to find her pet. Chloe. Have you seen her?
Chloe, is it? Oh, little Lisette's plaything. Last I saw, the filthy creature was sniffing about the windmill. That girl's old enough to know she should tie her pet up when she's finished playing with it.
Well, no one ties up a cat. It must be a dog,
Off
then?
with you now. I won't have idle branded underfoot.
Just cruel. Such unnecessary cruelty. So, not a cat, because you don't tie up a cat. It could be a dog. What if it ends up being a chocobo, or something like that? We hadn't considered... Well, they have feathers, don't they? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely a dog. But what if that's not Chloe? What if whatever this dog is barking at is Chloe? And Chloe ends up being a ferret or something.
More brown than white.
Yeah.
You're not Chloe, are you, girl?
No, I think this is a dog from previously in the game.
Is that... someone napping on the job? I hope they don't mind the interruption.
Oh, no. Oh, Chloe is a branded, isn't she? Also, this is the dog that stole that letter in a previous installment. And Chloe, oh my gosh. I did not even consider that that could be a possibility until right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Kepper tied...
The crystal's curse.
Chloe, I was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Get up now. You've slept long enough. It's time to go home. Chloe? Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favourite. None of the other Chloes had pretty hair. It could be months before Dad gives me another one. I have to wait until they're too tired to work anymore.
Is that all she was to you? A plaything? Do you really not care that she's dead?
She's not dead. She's a rock.
That? The crystal's curse? That's just how she died. And now she's gone forever. Giving another bearer her name won't change that.
No, don't say that.
It's 100% true.
And without that brand, she would have been just another girl. Somebody's daughter. Just like you.
But Dad said bearers don't have parents.
Oh, the indoctrination goes deep.
Do. Parents that give them away. Families they'll never see again. But you became Chloe's family when you took her in. Remember that. And remember her.
I did not anticipate that getting very deep. I thought for sure, I had a suspicion when I saw the dog that, oh, there's going to be a twist. It's going to end up being Chloe's, like, a ferret or a wild animal. Something bizarre, like not a dog or a cat. I feel unnerved. I feel unclean. This game's doing great stuff, though. That is good what they have done there. I mean, not like morally good, but it's unexpected. It's poignant. It's heavy. Hi, what do you want?
You're late. What kept you?
Don't work for you, sir.
For what?
Did they tell you nothing? A wild beast is savaging my boy. Well, don't just stand there gawping. Rescue him.
I think we can probably do that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this fella.
Where is he?
My. I see they've sent me a branded with a spine.
Branded?
Change. He's over that way, towards the coast. Go, and see that you kill the beast.
I mean, I'll do it. We'll get some kind of reward for it. But clearly, I'm not the one that's supposed to be here.
Son's in mortal danger. He didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here. I need to be careful.
Yeah, no, so after that last one, I'm sort of...
It's going to eat me!
Not if I can help it.
See, I'm very much... After that last quest, I'm a bit on edge. There's something sus going on here. Search for the nobleman's missing son. He's saying, oh, the wolf is going to eat me. Is the way this kid plays that he's got like a guard dog, and then he thinks it's funny to send in Branded to get mauled by the dog, and when we actually kill the dog, he's gonna be like, oh, you didn't do the game right, you're supposed to be eaten alive. That's what I think is funny. What's going on over here?
Stay back.
Oh,
deal with this.
No, these are definitely two dead people. Yeah, we don't even really have to do anything. Torgal's got it taken care of. No, here, we'll go ahead and like give the guy the once-over. I don't really know if we actually need two big attacks. Considering it's taking up, like, at the moment, we can only have 4. You know, we got Arrow. Oh, hold on. No, we've got Flames of Rebirth, Scarlet Cyclone, Aerial Blast, and Gouge. And of those 4, 2 of them are really big ones that take a long time to recharge. And I feel like we could probably go with just the Cyclone. I want to use the big fire one a couple more times to make sure. And, like, really make sure. All right, let's find out what the unfortunate twist of this mission is.
No! You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die.
I told you!
Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never win.
Those other 2 people are dead bearers.
Your father said you were being attacked.
You're not supposed to talk. Stop looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
Having fun?
Why are you still speaking? Father will hear of this.
Just get rid of... Just cut his head off. Dispatch of Joffrey Baratheon. We can do without him. Yeah, those other 2 dead corpses over there are definitely previous bearers that were sent to rescue him.
The wolf's work, no doubt. But it's not the wolf that's to blame.
That kid's foot was already turning.
Someone needs to put an end to this. Before it happens again.
Yeah, I don't like any of this. Hey, Jake Yates, you've come in at a good time, although you did miss the last quest. I do recommend rewatching the archive, or maybe rewatching and just the one right before this with the little girl. It was harrowing. Strongly recommended, but welcome. All right, so what I recommend we do is we just decapitate both of them.
Come here this instant.
Oh, I'm going to.
How dare you frighten my son? You slaughter his poor pet and then have the gall to return.
Look at that stupid little twerp's smug grin.
Was trained. Better trained by far than your worthless kind. You are the entertainment, nothing more. And we are most certainly not entertained.
Well,
Nor am I. You'll pay for what you've done.
Are we actually going to kill this man?
See? I told you. He talks too much. It's not right. I don't like him, Father.
You're not the branded I bought, are you? How dare you deceive me?
Man is so dense.
Well, the sins of the slave are the sins of the master. Go! Summon the unlucky wretch you answer to.
Ooh. Both of these would be good, okay? Both of these would be good. If we blame it on the dame, though, I'm worried that might get back to her. It's kind of funny to watch him squirm, though, if we mention that we belong to the dame and then he has to be all awkward about it. We could just say that we're our own wretch, but I don't know. Which one of these is most likely to end in me cutting this man to pieces? I'll tell you what, we got the brooch. We'll go ahead and go with the dame.
That unlucky wretch would be the dame. I can summon her if you like. Though I doubt she would welcome the interruption.
You serve the dame. Why would a woman of her caliber...
You look afraid. Well, how do you think those bearers in the field felt? Can you imagine their fear? Their pain. From the look of you, I'd say you're starting to get an idea of the first. Now, if you need help with the second...
Pull that sword out.
Father, he's scaring me.
Good.
You think to threaten us, Branded? The dame's pet or no, I will not abide such insolence.
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger one, a better one.
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another. With jaws powerful enough to nip this Branded's head clean off his shoulders.
Can we wait till they get in their little cart and then, like, take over it and drive it over the edge?
I'm wasting my time. But I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. They deserve a proper burial. That much I can do at least.
It'd be great if this was a series of quests, where over time we keep meeting this horrible father and son duo. And then eventually at the end of it, we see that they do get the biggest hound possible, and we get to watch it eat them both. I would be down with that. That would be fantastic. All right. Press X to bury body. Bless.
More victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
The dame. I'm in her service, like yourself. Never gets any easier, burying the dead.
Is that what you're here to do?
The mistress has me see to it that none are left to the crows. Since you're here, can you give me a hand?
Gladly.
I'm actually familiar with Raymond. We've heard about him earlier because everyone loves him.
May their burden finally be lifted. I take it you slew the nobleman's pet?
Do you get it?
I did. Now I expect they'll find another soon enough. And when it gets here, more bearers will die. How can they think so little of sending us to the slaughter?
Simple. Because you are not them. Bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. And if one breaks, well, you can always buy another. Still, such attitudes don't always go unpunished.
Oh? Hey!
Father! Father!
I guess the servants did bring in another hound.
Is this your doing?
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into your home, he's gonna tear your throat out eventually. Same with bearers. Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. What will folk do when they bite back, I wonder? The realm's nest two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss. Here. For their help.
We basically got exactly what I wanted.
Take it. You never know. Our paths may cross again. Till then.
See you, Raymond. Granted, I wanted it to be a series of quests where we kept meeting them and they had progressively larger dogs until finally one just ate them. But this was good, too. Can we go back and see their corpses just to, like, make sure the deed was done correctly and there's no turning back? Is this their house, by the way? I assume they had just stopped here for, like, the afternoon or they were passing through. Because this looks like a bit of a shack, and it seemed like they were a bit more well-to-do. But this just might be that kind of place, you know what I mean? Can I get inside of here? Hello? I mean, there's still a wolf in there, and granted, it has plenty to eat for now. Oh. Oh, dear. Wait a minute. Hold on. So did it, like, drag the bodies out into the fields? Is that them over there? Those are chocobos, so definitely not. I take that back. I gotta get the wolf out of here, because the wolf's gonna starve otherwise. I mean, that guy was pretty big, so he's gonna eat for a while. He's gonna get thirsty, though. There's not enough water in the blood content. All right, we're gonna carry on now. We're gonna carry as much fun as it would be to continue to, let's see, gather at the abandoned chapel. I'm assuming we can come back over here and fight all of the animals in this field and get everything like a good going over later on. Because there's like some sort of ruins over there that we never did take a good look at. The Baywatch, you say? Might be worth checking out later, but for now I think we're going to head up the mountains here and see if we can't meet up with our friends. These people are awful. They're the worst, Jake. They're the absolute worst. I despise all of them. They're very well written, though, awful people. That's the catch with awful people. You got to write them well to where you love hating them. You know what I mean? It's a delicate balancing act. All right, up the mountain road we go. Gather at the abandoned chapel. On the way there, make sure you pick up all of the gill just lying on the ground, as well as, I mean, hopefully we can find some more sharp fangs, because I'm not sure how we're doing on our sharp fang count, and I'm a little bit worried that eventually we're going to start running out of them. How would I check that? Would that be over here underneath? Let's see. We're looking for sharp. There we are. Sharp fangs. We've only got 676 of them, and we need 9,999 before the end of the game. So we really need to step up our collection efforts on the sharp fangs. Everyone knows once you get 100 or 999,000, whatever I said earlier, that's when you unlock playable cloud in the game. So we've got to do that. Because I think it would be really cool to run around as Cloud Strife in Final Fantasy XVI with the Buster Sword. That'd be pretty cool. It also unlocks materia in the game. Whatever else I can make up. Let's see. You also unlock Chocobo Kart Racing, or whatever it's called.
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
I'm assuming we're about to get a cutaway to events happening elsewhere. I feel like you could have just reached up. I don't think you needed a ladder for that. Where's this going?
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then,
why not drop the curtain
how do we
as well?
Proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrek.
But not the most, which is a start.
I can't fault that logic.
Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut. And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered.
Jill is so uncomfortable right now.
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools, and the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Aye, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
That's his way of telling us to make sure we go into the menu and save the game. In case we ever need to roll back. Yeah, there we go. So I guess now would actually genuinely be the time, if we wanted to go back in and explore all of those fields. And we will do that. Actually, probably not. I might go back in and explore the fields. Maybe I'll do that in my own time. And the next time when we come back, we'll be heading to... It's kind of actually hard. Like, I see it in the bottom left there, Drake's head. But the way it's so white on the ground there, around where the text is, you almost can't make it out. You have to kind of, like, tilt it down a little bit, and even then you gotta, like, reposition it to even be able to make it legible. Well, hey, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. Thank you to channel members for tuning in and watching this live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! And there. Perfect. I just wanted to hop in and get, like, one in. I knew it was getting a little bit late, so I knew I probably wouldn't get through more than one, but I thought it would at least be fun, and it is. And now I have to go turn off my sprinkler. Yeah, I'm sprinkling my yard, because, listen, here's some fun behind-the-scenes facts for you. Dead tree, getting that cut down finally. Another tree, I got two other trees that aren't looking too good, and I can't imagine it's water, because we've been getting plenty of rain, but I've inspected them. There's no sign of, like, beetles or anything like that. So I don't know what else could possibly... I'm going to ask the guy when he comes to cut the tree down if he might know. Is that my chicken murder factory? Nice, nice. An iron tank to hold them all. Wow, you've moved beyond me. You're more advanced than I am. That's crazy. Congratulations on your very own chicken murder factory, though. But yeah, I'm going to go traipse around in the dark now and try to turn off sprinklers. So, hey, thank you for tuning in, though, Jake. I appreciate it. I was flying solo for most of that and just trying to make do. I knew I wouldn't be able to record more than one because it's bedtime now. But I wanted to play the game. I said this at the start of the stream, but you weren't there. I wanted to get in and play at least a little bit before a full week had passed. And I'd gotten rusty again. So... glad I got to do that. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. I'll see you later. Bye. Bye.